force of roaches together. Would have expected a little bit more scouting from NoNy at this point, but you know, he has not seen that roach warren, which is a little bit curious. Hasn't seen the hydra den. You would expect at least some kind of probing around with this void ray, trying to get a little bit of information, since he doesn't have that robobait to get the observer out. So NoNy's operating a little bit in the dark right here about the unit composition of mOOnGLaDe, spreading a lot of creep. Here comes that expansion. Gonna throw that up right here. More and more probing around with this void ray, but the creep is spread so far that NoNy's just trying to control the map right here, and this is going to be a pretty crucial engagement for NoNy. He did switch to this heavy gateway units, and he's going to be versing a decent amount of roaches, but at this point you would expect the composition to favor NoNy, especially if he can get this void ray charged and doesn't lose it to the hydras. But the hydras starting to pop out now. There's only a few, but there's a lot of coins. Will make a difference. Here it comes. Where's the force fields? No guardian shields or the force fields. A little bit slow there by NoNy. There, finally the force fields, trapping a few roaches out the front. A little bit of an escape there, which is unfortunate for NoNy, but good for mOOnGLaDe. NoNy a little bit unconfident right there, pulling back a little bit. The force field wall does go down. This is a terrible spot to engage for Zerg. This is perfect where Protoss wants to engage you when they've got that many sentries. They want to split your army with those force fields, cut you in half, and force you to fight in those little channels. Now this is much better positioning for mOOnGLaDe. There's those force fields, but he can try and retreat. Not completely cut off right there. That was much better. That many force fields would have been able to cut him off so easily in these little channels. Now that's a little bit of shadow play going on right here. Interesting choice for NoNy. Is he going to completely push into mOOnGLaDe or try and knock down this third? He isn't taking a third of his own, so looking like NoNy is going to stick to 2 bases right here. mOOnGLaDe once again trying to get out of that channel. This is a little bit wider, hitting into these stalkers. There's the force fields. Nice positioning, but he's just staying where he is, trying to cut these hydras off. Range is not finished, so these hydras at the back cannot shoot. Really good choice there by LiquidTyler. Now we're just seeing mOOnGLaDe trying to survive. These hydras are kicking in right now. Doesn't matter where the force fields are going to go. He's not pulling them back. They are slow. Even on that amount of creep, he'd lose a lot of hits, so he's just going to basically trade. Now he's trying to pull back, and there's those hits he does lose when he pulls back. Might even lose his overseer. That'll be a bit of a loss. Huge supply gap though, so it's not going to be too devastating for him. But you know, here we are seeing Tyler moving back. That creep is going to spread. I expect mOOnGLaDe, once he gets another round of roaches and hydras out, to come do something about this. We are seeing the Colossi come out. We are seeing thermal lance being corona boosted right here, and that Colossi will do serious damage to this roach hydra ball, especially if they're microed correctly. Would expect to see mOOnGLaDe scouting kick in, possibly even sacrificing this overlord and a spire go down, because what he's going to need is corruptors, unless his macro is just completely ridiculous. More upgrades going on out of this single evo. Would have expected a secondary evo, but mOOnGLaDe is spending his gas pretty efficiently. We are seeing Tyler continue to stay on this gateway tech, working on these gold rocks right now. So looking like he's going to bring that down, and another Colossi on the way. First Colossi is out, but Thermal Lance is only at 50% right now, and mOOnGLaDe pushing out. This creep spread has slowed down a little bit. Now he's finally coming in to get rid of this proxy pylon. Was playing a little bit cautious, and that's basically the mind games of StarCraft 2. If you keep attacking your opponent, you put down a proxy pylon in the middle of the map, you've been probing in and out with your Void Ray, you kind of put the Zerg defensive. That's why we're not seeing mOOnGLaDe attack too much. The creep spread hasn't been as aggressive. Takes a long time to get that proxy pylon down. And now this is a careful attack here by mOOnGLaDe, because when you send hydras off creep, you're basically committing them. They're not going to be able to run away. They are basically committed to attacking. If NoNy's able to get some really nice force fields, only a couple of sentries though, half his army's away. Got to be careful he does not lose this Colossi. Focus fired by mOOnGLaDe. That's a bad loss for Tyler. Probably wants to fight in this channel. The Roach is taking most of the damage. The Colossi trying to go to work. Needs to protect these hydras. Nice splitting there by mOOnGLaDe, bringing the hydras away to try and isolate them. Now he's just trying to get to that Colossi, constantly moving with his forces right here, taking a lot of damage from that Colossi, and now we are seeing that Colossus probably going to go down. More Roach reinforcements coming in. Hydra's going to work. Only one Colossi there because the first one was just taken out, and I think this might be GG because Tyler is going to be taken out right here. He has no answer with those two Colossi gone, and there's the GG, and mOOnGLaDe knocks NoNy down in the first game of this best of 3, so that was really awesome effort there by mOOnGLaDe, and really surprising that Tyler was just controlled that well. I was expecting more Phoenixes, but he was being a little bit tricky with that Void Ray, and then he just stayed on 2 bases, didn't even knock down these rocks to take his third. Saw the mOOnGLaDe was getting his third, went for the gateway push, but mOOnGLaDe's scouting was too efficient, and he was caught really badly positioned, losing a little bit of his initial army, and that crucial Colossi, while the second half of his army was split away there. So do not like that engagement for NoNy there, but props to mOOnGLaDe, he just played that really, really well.